Finally Friday. Finally Friday. How do I haven't made one of those in a whole week. What do you want? Okay, I need to get an emphatic one of these. Yeah. Is that a turbo I hear? I know what a turbo is now. I feel special. I don't know if that was a turbo. I just heard a loud sound in my left, and it's hard to hear with the sound of my bike. I recently educated myself and learned myself the difference between a turbo and a supercharger. How do you know? I have a Jeep, and I would call it a custom Jeep now. And I almost have everything that I want down to it. It's like a complete thing almost. I'm kind of waiting to make a video with my Jeep until it's done because I'm so close, but I don't know when it'll actually be done. Anyway, the one other thing that I can think of that I want is a supercharger. Now I say supercharger because I know that's the kind of, in my mind, the most obvious choice, assuming turbo is an option for a Jeep. As far as sound goes, and this is all honesty, I think the turbo sounds better. I prefer the whoosh sound as opposed to the consistent. It depends on what kind of car you have, but superchargers have a consistent one, and turbos have a whistle that kind of happens at like the high end. But considering what a supercharger does versus what a turbo does, and the kind of vehicle I have and what I'm going to be using it for, I do believe that the supercharger would be the most bestest thing for me to get for the Jeep between the two. Why would I want a supercharger? Well, obviously, so I can crawl those malls hardcore. No, I just like going fast. Duh. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it. I want to do it sooner than later, obviously. Are you just going to sit there all day? You're going to let me get over or what? You kind of suck for that. Because you're in a passing lane, but you seem to be unaware of that. Just whatever. You know what? First world problems. Anyway, I want a supercharger sooner than later because, why not? But Moto Monday, who has a custom Jeep, he's had one and been custom wing for a while. I got, almost everything I want in my Jeep. I told him, now I want a supercharger. That's the next thing I want. And he said, if you get a supercharger before me, basically he'd be mad because he had his Jeep first. He wants it first, and friendly rivalry. Well, just because he said that, just because of that, because of my childlike mentality, he said, I want one first. I'm like, no, I want one first, and I'm willing to go against my better decision to get one before you do just because I want it. So I haven't made up my mind yet if I'm going to get it soon. I think I'll get one eventually. And the reason I'm telling you that is because it's kind of a funny story, even though it's super small. But it's also in case I don't get it first. If I do get it first, it's thanks to Moto Monday and appealing to my childlike mentality. Oh, it's so weird. I didn't even notice I was out here. Why am I doing out in this road? I usually don't go, oh, because I was talking and not paying attention. Weird. I like doing Finally Friday because it's not normal. I mean, Moto Monday isn't normal either. That's completely random. But Finally Friday is random. I do not think about what I'm going to say before I take off. That's kind of a rule. I just take off and then that's what you get. At least the randomness is consistent. You would know I'm actually a really boring person. All right, as an example, right? I do Moto Monday. I can do anything. I can drive anywhere. But for Moto Monday, almost always, and I know I've said this before, this isn't a secret, is me driving on a loop. I have this course that's literally like an hour long-ish, and that's the route I drive. And to the testament of the fact of how well it works, somehow, after driving that course for 2 years or so, there's still new content that comes every Moto Monday after driving the same course. Anyway, my life is like that, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not a cubicle boring, but I am boring. I'm what you call indoorsy. That's what Jim Gaffigan would put it. I watch TV, video games, all the standard white boy teenage stuff. Although I am a grown-ass teenager, so. What I'm getting at is, I would probably do life vlogs if I thought my life was worth vlogging. Maybe if I was the most interesting person alive, which I'm not, it could work to record myself sitting in my desk chair. But I'm not, and I don't think it would. I don't live a life where I go around and I try different things and I go different places and I have all these new experiences. My life just isn't like that. I live in Kansas. This is what I consider the most boring state in the country. Not to say it's Kansas's fault. It really is all on me. Anyway, I was just going to complain, basically, about the fact that my life, I don't think, is worth vlogging. And that's kind of why I don't do vlogs. To any of those who wanted me to or wondering why. This used to be such a good road to speed on. But what happens is, if I see a cop in one spot, like for example, I saw a cop, there's a side freaking road, whatever, over there, there's a street, there was a cop parked there. If I've seen a cop in a spot recently, then I won't speed by that area for a long while until I feel comfortable again. It's like there's a timer, like there's a cop who sat right there, like, okay, now I gotta wait like a month until it's safe to speed by here again. I don't know, it's some kind of mentality. It served me pretty well. I don't think I've been pulled over as much as I should have, but I used to speed on this road all the time, and now I don't. Look at that, they got a speed thingy there. Hey, someone who's a cop or knows all the information in the world, could you tell me how those work, those radar things, they put up those signs? Because I think they don't actually do anything. I don't think they actually, most of them, you know, keep your information. I think they just display your speed and they basically make you think that you should slow down. But let me know, because I really want to know. I'm too lazy to Google it. I guess I could Google, but no, I want you to tell me in the comments. I haven't ridden at night in a long time. Summertime is the best time to ride at night. I'm reminiscing now, and I've reminisced several times instead of actually going out and doing it. I talk about how when I rode my Ninja 650, I don't know if he's turning or not, he's turning. When I rode my Ninja 650, I used to go out at night, and I would go get lost, and it was fun. I don't want to get lost on this bike because it's just not that fun at low speeds, because you're, you know, hanging and steering, whereas the 650 was more upright and whatever, and blah blah blah. I refuse to relive those days until I get that bike remade, and one of these days I'm going to do that, but I don't know when. Anyway, I rode at night recently, and it was really cool. I think the problem I have with riding at night is there isn't much stuff. There aren't many people out, and my videos, especially Moto Monday, depend on other people, so it doesn't really make sense. I don't have a lot of luck riding at night. I mean, I gotta be efficient with my time. I gotta ride often. I gotta ride when people are out. I gotta ride in areas that aren't, you know, dead. I mean, I could ride anywhere I wanted, but I'm trying to be efficient with my time, and I've gotten better at it. I really have. I mean, as an example, when I first started editing Moto Monday, I remember it would take me 6 to 8 hours a day. I have gotten my formula or my routine. I've done this for a couple years now. It's a while, but I can do one. I can do a Moto Monday. If you sat me down and said, okay, do it, and no distractions, I could do it in 2 hours. All right. Well, this is Maspat. I've mentioned in a Finally Friday before, or some kind of video, most likely a Finally Friday, I said this is the quick trip that I frequent the most, at least on my motorcycle. And if you want a place to see me, this is your best bet, because every other time I stop here, someone will see me, and I'll stop for 2 minutes to change a battery. Someone will see me. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, I won't give you the exact address, but I'm looking around so you can have visual landmarks. Some of you are smart. A lot of you figured it out last time in the comments. You wrote down the coordinates, so I trusted to get around. But anyway, this is the most common place. So if you want to come and see me, get a picture, get a spam card, this is just a place, just letting you know. Alrighty, I quit because the sun's going down. I got to get Moto Monday before people go home and quit and make my job impossible, because my life is so hard. I forgot to say that. While I'm stopped here, it's something I've been saying a lot lately. I'll say it very sarcastically. My life is so hard. I'll think about what I have to do, and then I'll start complaining, and then I realize how good I have it and how much I really like my life, and then I'll go, oh, my life is so hard. Anyway, guys, my life is so hard. You have no idea. I have to ride a motorcycle for a living. It is so hard. Anyway, I quit and look forward to Moto Monday. It's going to be a good one this time. Implying the other one sucked. No, there's an especially good clip in this coming Moto Monday, so look forward to that. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next week. Sunset. Bye.